Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I'm going to be running through my February favorites. So for me, this was a little bit hard to kind of decide because I did start my Project Pan video and I didn't want to kind of overlap. So I picked out products that I have been like interested in for the month of February, but maybe haven't been using quite as much as whenever I started the Project Pan, just because obviously I'm trying to like use those products up. But these are products that are very near and dear to my heart that I've been picking back up for the month of February. Oh my God, I can't talk today, y'all. Especially like heading into the summer months for here in Florida. A lot of these products are my go-to that I love to wear because they stay on the face really well. So for me, obviously that is a must, living in a very warm climate. So if you are interested in seeing what my February favorite makeup products were, then just go ahead and keep watching. I feel like I was trying to do what Casey Holmes did for a second because I've been watching so many of her videos, but then it like turned into something weird. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Oh my God. All right, so naturally I'm going to be starting with the face. So the first product I have is in my Project Pan. I have been raving about it for so long now, ever since I got it. This is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation, and it comes in such luxurious packaging. It's $12.99 at Ulta. And what I love about this foundation for me specifically is that it gives that beautiful radiance that I'm looking for. But because I do tend to get more oily in my T-zone, especially during the hotter months, this one does not give you like a wet look. It gives you a radiant, glowing from within look. So it's definitely different than a lot of foundations out there, because I feel like as soon as you see like radiant or dewy, then it's going to give you more of like a wet look. But this one is not like that at all. It gives you a very natural, beautiful finish, but it almost has like a light reflecting complex, if that makes sense. So it's not going to be something that you feel is like sliding and slippering, that's not a word, slipping all over your face. It's definitely going to stay on your face all day. For me, this has a really great wear, especially in my T-zone where I do get more oily. So I just love it, honestly. Like, this is a hardcore, like, fell in love at first sight sort of situation here, and this is my go-to baby. So next up, I have another foundation, and this is the Marc Jacobs Foundation Concentrate. This is what the packaging looks like. Very beautiful, obviously, super luxurious. I got this foundation a while ago, like I want to say probably 6 to 7 months ago. My grandma got it for me, and I was obsessed with it then, and I actually wore it today for the makeup tutorial I filmed, and I forgot how much I love this foundation. Like, it gives the most flawless coverage I've ever seen in my life. Like, I do have very enlarged pores around my nose and then kind of like this cheek area right here, and it sits beautifully over top of those. Definitely doesn't accentuate anything for me. And it gives like a pretty similar finish to this one. It's not as radiant, but it's definitely not like a chalkboard matte either. So it's a really beautiful natural finish. And I'm super excited that I picked this back up in the month of February because I forgot how much I love it, and I'm excited to start using it again. And then I do have two concealers in my Project Pan situation, but this one is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer right here. If y'all haven't seen this, this has like been a hot item for quite a long time, but I have been using this a lot like for my daily makeup as well, in like conjunction with, is that, I feel like I'm like not with it today, you guys. Like, I feel like I just can't even use words right. But anyways, I've been using this a lot basically for the month of February. It's really beautiful, weightless coverage. It's not going to be a concealer that you feel underneath your eyes. It doesn't feel heavy or anything like that, but at the same time, it gives a gorgeous finish and a gorgeous coverage as well. So definitely love that one. And then moving on, I feel like this has been in my favorites for like as soon as I got it, like every single month since then. But I'm just gonna mention it again because I'm being real with y'all. Like this has replaced my Anastasia contour kit. This is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Contour Palette. And these are all of the shades that come inside. So it has a really beautiful range of 4 contour shades, and then it has 2 highlighting shades as well. So it's just beautiful. It's luxurious. I've never felt a pressed powder as fine as these before. Like the Anastasia one was amazing and it like killed the game for such a long time. But then when this came out, for me specifically, like I literally have not touched that palette since I got this. Maybe once, like for a tutorial. I don't even think so, but this is my beauty. Like I love this thing so much. These 2 shades right here are my go-to contour. I haven't been dark enough yet with my tan to touch this one, and then this one right here, I don't think I'll ever be dark enough because it's quite dark, especially on camera. It's picking up really, really dark. But these 2 shades right here, I love them. Like I am going to hit pan on those, like without a doubt. So just being real with y'all, I love that palette so much. That's why it's like consistently in my favorites. And then a blush that I feel like always brings me like into the spring and the summertime is the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush. This one is in the shade Rosé Champagne. So this is what it looks like. It has, you know, like the cheaper packaging, but whatever. So this is what the color looks like, and I'll swatch it for you because it is just so beautiful. And these are fine, like super finely milled, like all of their Color Icon blushes. So this is what it looks like. It just is that beautiful in between like a terracotta and a peach. It has a little tiny bit of like a rose undertone. And these are pigmented, like as you guys can see, it's like a very muted shade, but it shows up very well. It's also very buildable as well. So if you are a girl who, or a guy who just like loves that bam blush, this is very buildable. But I feel like this color in particular is the perfect transition shade because this one also has a little tiny bit of like shimmer in it, but not glitter. Like on the hand, if you guys can see, it just reflects the light really beautifully. And I feel like it's the perfect touch to transition into spring because it still has a little tiny bit of that like mauve-y undertone to it, but it has a little bit of that terracotta as well. So I love peach shades for the spring and summertime, and that's like my go-to. So anything that has like a little bit of that undertone is perfect for me. And then this palette, I feel like I have not touched this palette in so long. So for the month of February, whenever I started doing project pan and like decluttering and things like that, I really have started going through my collection and trying to figure out like what products I love that I just haven't been touching in a long time. So with that being said, I have the Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette. I know that this is limited edition, but I'm pretty sure all of these products in here, except for Prosecco Pop right here, are still on the market. So I know the 2 blushes are, I want to say, right? Am I just making this up? I feel like they are. Don't quote me. But anyways, I love Prosecco Pop. For me, that golden shade is like even more beautiful for my skin tone than this one because as you can see like side by side, the Champagne Pop definitely has more of like the pink undertone to it. And then Prosecco Pop is just like a beautiful champagne gold. So that for me, like this one definitely has a dent in it, but Champagne Pop does not. So I love that one. But what I have been really loving for the month of February is this blush right here. So in like on the camera, it looks a lot more like a bronzer, but in person, it is such a beautiful colored blush, and it's in the shade Amaretto. I feel like they have that like in their little blushes, so hopefully they do. But I love it so much, and it gives like a beautiful bronzy glow, but it has a little bit of like a dusty rose undertone to it, and it's beautiful. Like I love it so much. and for the month of February, I've been like really wearing those two blushes a lot. Okay, so next up I have the Too Faced Melted Lipstick. This one is in the shade Melted Fig. I love this color so much, you guys. Like, for me, this is my pop of color. Like, I love it so much. It's right here. It's kind of like a pinky raspberry. So it's not quite raspberry and it's not quite pink. It's like right in between, but it's such a fun, beautiful color. And what I love about this like formula particularly is that it lasts a really long time for a lipstick. This is not a liquid lipstick by any means. I do have one of their liquid lipsticks in case you're curious, because the packaging is like super similar. So this is like the squeezy tube lipstick, and then this one is the liquid lipstick. Focus. Come on, there we go. So the packaging obviously is a lot different. But anyways, so going back to this, I love it. It's just so beautiful, and it really is long wearing. Like, I can eat and drink with this, and I'll have like a little bit of a loss within the rim, but it's not going to be something that completely goes away. So it's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, a perfect pop for springtime. And then I just had to mention this because I feel like every now and then I need to throw it in there. But I use this every time I do my makeup. This is the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. I was using the Pixie Glow Mist for a while, but I actually need to throw that into an empties video because I used it all up. But this stuff is bomb. Like, if you are willing to spend a little bit more money on a setting spray, I highly, highly recommend all of the Urban Decay ones. I do have the long all-nighter one. Yeah, that one is really great. It does make you feel like a little bit tight initially, but then it kind of like wears off that feeling. But this one is so beautiful. Like, I need a little bit right now because it's hot in here, but it gives such a beautiful finish to the skin. And since we've been getting hotter, like, I use this bad boy up. Like, I am almost out. So anyways, that is going to complete this video. Like I said, I didn't have like a ton of products because I'm feeling like really dedicated to my project pan right now. Anyways, but these are the products that I have been using as well as those products. So I hope that you guys had fun, and I have like my Atlanta Braves mug here because I'm like super thirsty right now. That was random. But anyways, I hope that you guys had fun, and I am really interested to hear what you guys have for your February favorites, because I know a lot of products have been like surfacing for the past couple of months. So let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.